My name is Michelle, and for this presentation I chose the Reading Comprehension Strategy, Question the Author. The subject Social Studies and the topic Pilgrimage from Europe to the Early Americas in 1620. I choose the topic as it is studied and restudied in each of the provided grade levels. I chose the strategy because I have found myself as a reader questioning authors' ambitions for their writings and searching for meaning by looking and reading through their eyes. I feel that this is a strategy that will occur instinctively for advanced readers, and teaching it at a beginning level might foster early reading comprehension. To demonstrate, I have chosen 3 books at the primary, elementary, and middle grade levels. And I will show how this strategy is used and how it can be modified for the varying reading levels. Let us begin with the primary pre-K through 2nd grade level use of question of the author strategy. For this demonstration, I have chosen the picture book Tattered Sails by Verla Kay that I will read aloud to the class. The genre is historical fiction about a European's family's voyage to America through the eyes of 3 children, Thomas, Edward, and Mary Jane. I have chosen certain passages to stop with and pause to ask the class relevant questions about author's meaning. And such pause was at this passage. No more noisy, crowded streets, crime-filled alleys, sooty sleet, children laughing, leather ball, wooden cradle, corn husk doll. Now class, what do we know at this point of reading about our characters? They appear happier. Very good. Okay, and what has the author done to show us that there has been a change with these characters? What do you think? Yes, because in this passage they're comparing the life from London that they left to their new life here in the United States, correct? And also let's go back and let's look at the very opening picture. Do they look happy? They're kind of looking out at the lonely streets of London. Now, where we are in the passage, the author has let us know that what? It's changed and they're happy. Very good. And that is my demonstration for primary. The next book, Coming to America, The Story of Immigration by Betsy Maestro, I chose for the elementary grade levels 3rd through 5th. And like the primary grades, I will read the picture book aloud to the class, stopping at certain passages to ask relevant questions about author's meaning. And such a passage was here on this page. These European immigrants came to make new homes in the Americas. They came in search of a better life, one free from the trouble and hardships they left behind. In their native country, they often had little money and could not worship God the way they wished. The immigrants hoped for freedom and good fortune in their new lives. Okay, class, after reading this passage in the story, what do you think is the significant message the author is relaying? You think it's that they left Europe, hardships to come to America for a better life. Very good. Okay, and the next question that I would like to ask, and this is going to be after the reading of the story, my question to them would be, what was the author's reasoning for writing this story? Was it to inform, give facts or information? Was it to entertain by telling a story and giving an ending and a beginning? Or was it to persuade for you to think like the author thinks? What was the meaning of this? To inform? Very good. It is to inform. And for this story, I also asked the questions a literal, inferential, and evaluative question for more critical thinking skills. For the literal question, I asked the students, where were the European immigrants voyaging to? And they told me that they were traveling to the Americas. And in the inferential question, I asked them, did the immigrants share the same freedoms in Europe that we share today in America? And of course their answer was no, because they could not worship God the way they wished. And the evaluative question that I asked them would these European immigrants have journeyed to America on first-class luxury ships? And of course they said no, because in their native country they often had little money. And that is my demonstration for the elementary level. Now for the middle 6th and 8th grade, I have chosen the audiobook Mayflower Lives, Pilgrims in a New World in the Early American Experience by Martin Whittick. And this was downloaded on their provided tablets, and they will listen to it through the Kindle app. And this book genre is nonfiction accounts of the lives of the Puritan congregation and the economic migrants who voyaged to America on the Mayflower. And before I send them off to listen to the audiobook independently, I have provided this worksheet. It's a Question the Author worksheet class. And what I want you to do is when you go to your desk, I want you to look at the tablet. I want you to look at the cover of the story. I want you to think of any questions that you might have to the author before reading and listening, whether it be about the illustration or even what you already know about the Mayflower. And I want you to put it in the first box. Now, during the listening and following along, I want you to think of any questions that you may have. I want you to point them out where in the audio you had the question. And then I want you to explain why you had that question. And I gave an example as, when I read blank, it made me wonder why blank, because blank. And then when we get done when everyone's done reading and listening to their audio, we will come back, we will have a discussion, we will go over everyone's questions, we will answer any questions that may be lingering, or any thoughts and ideas about the author and what this book was about. Okay, and that is my middle school age level Question the Author. It is my hope that I have shown you how the Question the Author reading comprehension strategy engages students with the text to create deeper meaning by allowing them to critique the author's writings. Thank you.